Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and I am, I'm running out of breath, child, Jesus. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and I am so happy that you're here. So y'all, you can see by the title of the video that I am doing a budget with me for my third paycheck in September. Shouldn't be a long video, not that much to discuss, but nonetheless, I am sticking to my separate budget and cash stuffing videos just so I can pour more into the budget videos that I couldn't do if I did one whole video, budget and cash stuffing. I kind of like to take my time with budgeting, but I also don't like to have long videos. So this is my way of breaking it up. I really hope you enjoy it. Once this video is completed and you are looking for the cash stuffing version, it's going to be the next video after this, so stay tuned for that. But let's just go ahead and get right into my budget. But right before I do, if you are new, hey, hello, how you doing? So glad that you're here. Consider subscribing because, we lit over here. We love budgeting. We love God, first and foremost. And we just have a good time. If you are not new, what's up? What's up? So, all right, y'all, let me get into this budget. Alrighty. Now, I am budgeting out of my Elevated Life Code budget book. This is a book that I created along with my friend Brittany. It is our business, the Elevated Life Code budget book. If you did not see my last budget video, then you do not know that for 2024, we are not creating a budget book for the Elevated Life Code. I am creating my own separate budget book for Taylorbudgets.com. The Elevated Life Code is going to go in a different direction. So if you are wondering or inquiring, I've gotten a lot of messages about the book for next year. Just know that it's a book that I'm creating. It's going to be 2 different versions, and they should be complete for the Black Friday sale, and I should be marketing them shortly before Black Friday. So I am still waiting on my manufacturers in China to complete them and all those things. It does take a while because it's in China, different time zones, and I want to make sure that once it is shipped, it's exactly the way I want it because shipping can take up to a month. So yeah, Taylor Budgets is coming out with a book for 2024. It will be out later this year. But in the meantime, we're still budgeting out of the beautiful budget book from the Elevated Life Co. Let's get into my September budget, which is right here. I already completed the paycheck denomination spread because I am filming both my budget and cash stuffing videos today, so I wanted to make sure I had the cash. But I did want to mention that we have about 8 physical books left. After those are sold out, there will be no more physical books. But for the remaining of the year, we'll still have our digital version, which you can use on your tablet, iPad, phone. And we also have a PDF printable version. So you'll get this full book in a PDF and you're able to print it out. So yeah, just wanted to mention that very quickly. So third paycheck in August 15th. We're going to start with the income. I am a full-time entrepreneur, which means that all of the money that I earn from Taylor Budgets is what pays my bills and such. So for the following week, Taylorbudgets.com made $466. Now, if you are new to my channel, then you do not know that for the past several months, Taylorbudgets.com has not been doing good in regards to revenue. So I have resorted to using my savings to cover my bills. Anything that I make throughout the week is to cover variable expenses, my savings challenges, and debt. But thank God, and tithes, of course. But thank God for 3 to 6 month expense savings, because if I didn't have that, then I don't know what I would have done, honestly. So yeah, we thank God for that. We thank God for preparation and planning ahead. So you will not be seeing me budget my bills because all of my bills are being taken care of with savings, but you will see me budget my variable expenses, savings challenges, debt, and of course tithes. So for rollover money, it's $65. Now the rollover money is any cash that I had remaining from my wallet from my last pay period that I did not spend. So I am using it for this paycheck. So that is a way that you save money. This $65 isn't taken out of this $466, which is great because I need this $466. So by not spending all of the cash in my wallet, I was able to make it another source of income. So save money where you can, when you can. Saving money is never a bad thing. So yeah, I'm grateful for that $65 I did not spend. So oh my gosh, I feel like I'm getting tongue-tied or something. So let's calculate my total income. $466 plus $65 is $531 that we're working with for the week. The first thing we do is take out my tithes. I do not tithe from my rollover money, but I do tithe from my income, of course, and that is 10%. So that's going to be $47, which means that my total fixed expenses is $47. Now, if you're new, I'm just going to do a quick run through. I went through this in more depth in my last budget video, but what fixed expenses are bills. They are also minimum payments on your debt. Minimum payments on your debt are fixed because the loaner, credit card, mortgage, car loan, they give you a minimum amount that you need to pay each week to them, and it's usually fixed, right? So even if your minimum payment for your credit card is $25, I consider that a fixed expense because it is a fixed amount that you are paying each month to your credit card loan until that credit card is paid off. Anything extra going to your debt is going to go in the plan or your extra debt section. Fixed expenses are bills and minimum payments on debt. All right, so I just wanted to quickly mention that. Quickly mention that. So $47 for fixed expenses. To get the remaining, we are going to do $531 from the total income minus 47, which is $484. And I'm going to take a sip of water. I've been so dehydrated lately, y'all. Next is my variable expenses. These are the categories in my wallet. These are variable expenses because the amount you put into your wallet each time you're paid is going to vary. Variable expenses vary. They're going to vary because some pay periods, whether you're paid weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly, you may not need the same amount in groceries or for home stuff or for eating out. Maybe you're going on a no eat out month and you're not budgeting anything for eat out. It's variable because at one point you were budgeting for eat out, now you're not. But in the next coming months, you probably will budget for eat out. Or maybe gas. Maybe your commute is shorter now, so you're not budgeting that much in gas. Or maybe it's longer now, so you're budgeting more in gas. The amounts are going to vary. They're variable expenses because the amounts you put into these categories can change according to your lifestyle, what's going on in your life, what event is coming up, whatever the case may be. So for me, this upcoming week, I am putting $140 in groceries. I usually put $120 to $125, but I put a little bit more because we are going to a church outing. It's a church potluck, which means I needed to buy something from the grocery store for the potluck. So I put a little bit more in groceries. Home stuff is receiving $15. I don't need a lot of stuff in the home. The only thing we probably need is hand soap and paper towels. So I believe that $15 will cover it. Eat out is going to get $40. Gas is receiving $20. I usually budget $40 to $50, but at the start of the pay period, August 15th, my tank is fully filled. So I put $20 in that envelope for just in case gas, right? So that's another example of variable expenses. I didn't need to put as much in gas because I don't need a lot for gas this week. Next week, it may go back up to the 40, 50. Spending is receiving $50. Starbucks, 30. Dates is getting 20. That's if my fiance and I want to do a little something throughout the week. Blessings is receiving its normal 5. So let's calculate these amounts here. 140 plus 15 plus 40 plus 20 plus 50 plus 30 plus 20 plus 5. So that's $320 going into variable expenses for the week. To get the remaining, we're going to subtract $320 from the $484. So we have $164 remaining. Now we go to the plan, which is debt and savings. This can be savings challenges. This can be sinking funds. This can be credit card payments or extra credit card payments. This can be an extra payment towards the principal of your car, an extra payment towards the principal of your mortgage, things like that. So I contribute to 2 savings challenges every time I get paid. My 52-week challenge is receiving 48, and my What's It Like challenge is receiving 25. My Target credit card, there's not a minimum due right now, but I am paying towards it, and it's receiving $91. I think my due date is like October 6th or something. So nothing is due right now, which is why I didn't put a minimum payment up here. I'm just putting more on top of the minimum payment, if that makes sense. So let's calculate these 3 numbers here. 48 plus 25 plus 91. That's 164. 164 minus 164 gives us $0 remaining for a zero-based budget, which means that this total income here, 531, that was dispersed throughout my expense categories. Fixed expenses, variable expenses, debt, and savings. $531 split in between these 3 expense categories. At the end, we have $0 remaining for a zero-based budget. Total income minus total expenses equals 0. So that is my budget for my 3rd paycheck in September. Just want to quickly turn around to the paycheck denomination spread. If you are a cash stuffer like me, then you most likely fill this out after your budget. This is how you figure out which bills are going into your cash envelopes. You write here your cash categories. So these are for my wallet and these are for my savings challenges. You write down the amounts they are receiving, and then you break down that amount into the bills you want to go into each envelope. The bills you decide are all up to you. It's your preference. But then at the end, you are going to total up the amount of bills and how much those bills equal in value. You're going to copy this information here on a piece of paper or maybe a cash teller slip that you purchase. Take it to the bank, give it to the teller. This teller will give you the exact amount of bills that you requested to make your cash stuffing process simpler, smoother, seamless, all those words. So yeah, that is my budget breakdown for September 15th. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Wow, I couldn't even think of that word. Next paycheck budget, I am going to show you my, I think I have it here actually. I'm going to show you my, it's actually ripped because I needed to rip a piece of paper off so it looks jacked up. But I'm going to show you my bare bones budget worksheet. I am still working on cutting out bills. In my last budget video, I asked for suggestions, and a lot of you gave me amazing suggestions on how to cut bills, lower them. So that's what I'm working on right now. It does take a little bit of time. So you can see right now my Wi-Fi and cable bill is now lower to $65. It was once $114. My virtual assistant is now $450 instead of the $1,050. And I am looking to lower my rent to $1,150 instead of the $1,500. Not because I can lower my rent from the complex, but my mom is most likely going to be able to help me with it a little bit so I can lower it. And then I did cancel Zoom, Calendly, G Suite, and TubeBuddy. So those are no longer business bills of mine. I canceled PureFlix. That's no longer a bill of mine. I'm going to work on lowering my car insurance. And I think that's it. But I will come back in the next video and give you like a clean version of this. So thank you all for your suggestions and your kind words. A lot of you mentioned how I should cut things out for Lauren. And I just want to mention real quick, y'all know that I love my girl and I want her to have all of her extracurricular activities. So I just want to mention that I will not be cutting out Lauren's extracurricular activities. I will not be moving her to a public school. I want her to stay exactly where she is because it brings her joy. Me cutting out those things in my budget is not going to make me happy or her happy. And I know there are adjustment periods that she has to go through in her life, but I do believe that her dad and I, and even some help from my family, if need be, I have family that can help me when it comes to Lauren's extracurriculars because they know how important it is to her and to me for her to have. So I wanted to mention that because I had some supporters that said I should put her in public school or I should temporarily stop her extracurriculars. And it's just not going to happen. So I hope that you're able to respect that decision. I had a lot of other supporters say that I wasn't making good decisions with my bills, cutting them, keeping them. And I just want to ask you to give me grace because if you're putting your finances out there, it's very vulnerable. It's a vulnerable moment. It's a vulnerable journey. So I just ask that you give me grace because I will certainly give you grace, and all of my other budgeting ladies I watch, I give them grace because their money is their money and it's their decision what to do with their money. We ask for suggestions because we truly want to know what you all think. Sometimes there are blind spots in our budgets that only y'all can see that we can't. So the suggestions are great and they're wanted. But there is like a gray line and sometimes it could teeter on disrespect when it comes down to suggestions. So I just really hope that you're giving me grace in this moment and in this time where I am struggling financially but still trying to make sure my daughter has the best life and the best experiences. I pray that you're showing me grace and I pray that your suggestions are coming from a great place. Nonetheless, I thank you for all of them and I will continue to be vulnerable and share my budgeting journey. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. Even if it's not with me, if it's with any other budgeter you're watching or any mom vlog or whatever the case may be, give grace. God gives us grace. We are fleshly human beings. We are imperfect. We are continuously going to do things wrong, and God still gives us grace. So we should be giving grace to one another, especially women in this community. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. I'm going to end the video. I love y'all. God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.